You probably think you know what a banana looks like, but if you were to go back in time, you would be so confused for many reasons, but mostly the banana one.
It's great.
Yeah, so good. Yeah, so basically recently Grub Street put together a video that showed side-by-side comparisons of pre-domesticated fruit, which is fruit before humans started breeding them and growing them and, modifying them. I almost said the danger word, which is GMO, which I will get to later. Let's take a look at what they have to offer. So a long time ago, the wild banana was full of different seeds. They were not soft seeds either, and they were likely cultivated around, according to them, 7,000 years ago in Papua New Guinea. And basically the banana we have today it's been groomed or bred by two different species. The modern banana we have today, or the one that we're most familiar with eating, is it's just been the one that was bred off a specific kind of banana. There's so many. I mean, my mother talks about how shit our bananas are in this country because she's from Vietnam and she had a very different kind of banana growing up.
So what are the bananas like there?
She said they were better tasting, smaller. The ones we have are, I guess, too sweet.
Just giant sweet messes.
She doesn't like them.
Were they still slippery and comedic?
I don't know.
There?
She didn't tell me
If
that.
you slip on them, oh, that's fun.
Yeah, but no, it's not.
I love the idea. I love the idea that they were like, oh my God, these banana seeds are so terrible.
They're
but
like
there's
hard.
something about it. Let's do something about it. We'll continually
Well, they must have just
find...
had like mush that they had to pick hard seeds out of for a long time.
Yeah, but they were like, oh, we got to do something about this. So let's take a long time to find the ones with less seeds, and we'll plant those and reinforce that behavior. I wonder how they did it.
Wild watermelon. So I've seen this. I think this cutout image is from a painting, a famous painting. Originally from Africa, became common in the Western markets in the 1600s. As you can see, they had a swirly design in them. People wondered when looking at the painting, is this not ripe? But the black seeds do indicate, yes, it is ripe, and it has been bred in modern days to basically just be a large red center. It's been domesticated for our eating pleasure, basically. It's easier to eat now. There's more fruit in there. There's more of a payoff than what we would normally have.
Love it.
Yeah.
I like
I'm
the idea.
allergic to watermelon.
Really?
Yeah, so I don't know.
How did you find that out?
Hives, getting hives a lot as a kid, that did it. Yeah.
Oh, are you allergic to watermelon Jolly Ranchers? Because that's just
No,
named
I just don't
watermelon.
like them.
Has nothing, no flavor similarities.
No, I don't like artificial.
This one could be explained though, like the person saw watermelon, was like, when I get home, I'm gonna paint that. Then they got home and was like, oh crap. I think it's like an orange.
I'm terrible at this. No, that's
It looks gourdier. Looks more like a
it looks
gourd.
interesting.
Yeah.
To me. Okay, the wild eggplant. That looks very different.
That's it.
We're used to seeing like a big purple waxy eggplant. This is just like little blue and yellow.
Here's the thing. I'm used to looking at eggplants and going, how the hell is it called an eggplant? It looks nothing like any egg I've ever seen. And then you see this and you're like, oh, that looks like an egg on a plant. That makes way more sense.
Yeah. Let's move to the next one.
Gingery, sort of.
It does look like ginger. So it was cultivated during the 900s in Asia, white or purple with thin roots and a bold taste, unlike the current taste.
Pansy-ass carrots we got now.
They did look white or purple, and it is said that the modern orange carrot comes from a yellow mutated strain of the purple one, and then that eventually came over to the orange.
Right. They're like, hey, we're going to America. Can we have a carrot? They're like, have this stupid yellow one. Get out of here. All right, cool. I guess this is what carrots are.
The veracity of that statement.
No,
Let's
that's
look
it.
at the next fruit.
It's absolutely right.
I think it's not a fruit. Yeah, it's corn. Wild corn. Very dry. I like how that was the comment they put on here.
Yeah.
Not good. No.
You think corn now is dry? No.
First domesticated around 7,000 BC.
Good God. That looks nothing like corn.
No, and when you open it up closer, it's just like very small amounts of grain in there, as opposed to what we might see today on an ear of corn, which is quite a lot. And it's also, today's kind of corn is much sweeter than it had been.
How do they do that?
Well, I mean, there is a process of food domestication. So that actually first happened about 10,000 years ago between the Tigris and Euphrates in Mesopotamia. People collected seeds from wild plants and they grew them on their own. Well, not on their own, but like in their own, garden plot. And they did as much as they could to make sure it had optimal growing conditions like water and light and harvesting them at the right time and taking care of them, weeding them. And this happened a lot with wheat, barley, lentils, and peas. Those are believed to be the first ones. And I mean, this happened around the world. Potatoes were first cultivated in South America. Rice was first cultivated in Asia. What a shock. I'm Asian. Plants have also been domesticated for cotton and fibers and ornamental things.
When you say like they've given like prime conditions, there are like in the winemaking world, certain places where like the soil is not very rich. There's this one that this guy has this vineyard on the side of like a volcano, and he says like the grapes have to fight for every bit of nutrients, and that actually translates to like the flavor of, even if not the wine, like the actual grapes. So you'll see if the conditions were different in any given year, there will be a noticeable difference in taste on the fruit, which is, I guess, if you do that for thousands of years.
Well, so today when we refer to GMOs, it's mostly referring to genetically engineering them, which is a little bit different than the broad blanket term of GMOs, which could be as much as selective breeding or all the way to, choosing certain characteristics or breeding certain characteristics in, perhaps from bacteria, perhaps from other plants, perhaps from other organisms. And it's wildly different. But when we're looking at the terms of plant domestication, a lot of it is growing them and seeing which ones have prime characteristics that you might want in your food and continuing to breed for that. There's also mutated ones, like I said, for the carrot, where we're going to just use this mutated plant, I was going to say animal, this mutated plant, and just keep working and give it the best conditions to grow and thrive and take its child plants and have that one thrive instead. And then we get to something today like the orange carrot that looks very different from that woody weed essentially, and it's become wildly different over, I guess, 10,000 years maximum. It's interesting to see how much they've changed over time or what characteristics we've gone for. And then you can even do that with radiation, though I do not think these are related to the mass bulk force mutated.
Right. I think, and in many ways, plants make food from radiation.
Oh, the sun?
With the sun.
Perfect.
But probably not like the crazy like gamma ray.
No, this is not what this was a weird thing in the 70s. It's not really related to how this progress works. It is an interesting story, though, and that is going to have to be for another time because we are out of time here on Nerd Alert. Audience, what do you think of the differences in plants? Would you have wanted to eat those less than favorable plants? Let us know below in the comments. Thanks for joining us, Brett.
Yes!
Yeah! And like and subscribe for more.